Hello, Facebook friends and family. Yes, it is Sunday night, and I am on the letter T. So, for the last couple of weeks, I've taken on a challenge for the 26 letters of the alphabet as it relates to the ABCs of finance and money. So today I'm doing the letter T, and we're taking a look at time. Time. So when it comes to time and money, we've all said it before, right? Time is money. Does that ring true for you? Have you ever let yourself think about it? So if you are currently on the live, go ahead and put hashtag live and let me know where you're coming in from, your city and state. And if you're on the replay, put hashtag replay and let me know the same information. So, as I said before, today I'm doing the letter T. We are almost done. It has been a challenge. And I know some of you have heard my grandson in the background and some of them. So it sounds strange since you can buy things with money, right? But you can't with time unless you put it on time, right? And then there's some interest that goes with it. But they both have great value. And you can't make it up either. If you spend your time doing one task, you can't use that same time to do a different task, right? Just like if you spend $1 on an item, you can't take that $1 and spend it on another item. As a matter of fact, the dollar store has went up to $1.25. Inflation. So we're going to discuss what the time versus money concept means. Okay? So we also go over why it's valuable and where you can make improvements in your life. So this discussion is going to be essential. And we're going to take a look at time, money, and responsibility if you want to live a happy and fruitful life. So, tell me something. What does the time and money concept mean? What does it mean to you? Well, time and money go hand in hand, right? You need time to make money. You need money to save time. Correct? Yes. For example, if you want to buy something, you have to save for it. The only way to save for it is to spend your time making money. That's right. In other words, you have to figure out how to maximize your time so that you make the most of money while making good use of time. Right? Money and time go together. You can save time by saving money. And you can save money by making the best use of your time. So, most of us are programmed to check our bank accounts, right? We watch our spending, we make sure we have enough money, and we budget to reach our financial goals. But what about time? If you value time as much as you value money, you'll have more of it and may even have more money because of it. In fact, time is often more valuable than money because it is finite. It is a finite resource. You can spend money to get more time, but you can make more money if you use your time wisely. Okay? So, why won't you set up a budget to manage your time? The same way you would do money, right? You could schedule your time accordingly and even delegate certain tasks so you can focus your time where it matters, right? Look, we get experts to fix our hair, don't we? most of us. We get experts to fix our car. Why can't you get experts to fix your finance? Right? A lot of times we try and fix our finance ourselves and we run ourselves into trouble. Right? So let's focus your time where it matters most and let the experts do it for you. So I'm in a company called MWR Financial, where we have experts that will help you with your financial makeover so that you can do what's best for you and have more time for your family. So where you can see the time and money concept in your life is all around you. You use time versus money concept in your life probably more than you realize. Here are a few great examples. Now, during your working hours, if you are paid a salary, you probably don't even think of each hour as money, right? Until you stop to think about it. So here's how to put it into perspective. Let's say you make $75,000 a year and you work full time. You make approximately $36 an hour if you work 40-hour weeks, right? But let's say you tend to put in more hours, right? More like 55 hours a week because you're a hard worker. And even take work home with you. Sounds like a teacher. You still make the same salary, but now your hourly wage is $26 an hour. That's $10 an hour less. Have you ever wondered, and you made all those hours and you looked on your paycheck and your paycheck didn't look like the hours that you work? Sometimes it places you in a different background. Hello, partner. How are you? So, this may give you an incentive to be more focused and productive at work so you can get your work done in 40 hours or ask for a raise for the time that you put in for the job that it requires. Or you can get a home-based business and you can join MWR Financial and get an instant pay raise on your job. You don't even have to ask your boss for a raise. You can go and adjust your W-4. You know, when we start off at a business, we fill out a W-4. And a lot of us work 15, 20, 25 years, and we never go in and adjust that W-4. And the government is constantly taking money away from you. And they're not going to knock on your door and say, hey, we're taking your money. You have to know that for yourself. You have to know the rules of the wealthy, right? So think about how you spend your time. Are you doing what you want with your time? Remember, each minute spent is a minute you can't get back. Once you use that time, you cannot get the time back. It is gone. Maybe you want to rethink how you spend your time. For example, if you spend a half an hour on Saturday sleeping half the day, now you have only half of that time that you would typically have, right, to do what you want. The same concept applies to your commute to and from work. Time spent in the car, traveling to your kids' activities, or any way you choose to spend your time, right? Every minute has value. Are you making the most out of what you have? Here's the financial impact. Money and time, they do go together. For example, if you want to buy something, you have to spend the time making money, right? And then spending the money to buy the item, right? So both time and money have a financial impact on your life and tie into the fiscal responsibility. So the next time you're thinking of a purchase, look at it in two ways. Do you have enough money? Hard. We have to spend that ridiculous interest, because interest is the price you pay for things that you cannot afford right now, and it builds up for the future. So it's the extra money that you have to pay. Now, do you want to trade the time or hours needed to make that purchase? For example, let's say something costs $100 and you make $10 an hour. So it's going to cost you 10 hours of working to buy that item. Is it really worth it? You're making $10 an hour, but the item is $100, especially if it's something that's gonna perishable or a liability. So a couple of ways that you can maximize your time and money. With all of that being said, here are some key ways to maximize the use of your time and your money. You want to hear it? Okay. So, again, I'm on the letter T. My mentor gave us a challenge to do 26 days of ABCs of finance. And today I'm on the letter T. It's been a challenge. Some people have dropped out at D and E, but I figure, look, if I got to C, I could see D and E. And if I get to E, I could see M. Keep going. And what it's teaching me is consistency. Okay, another thing is we have to learn how to say no. We're so programmed to say yes to everyone and everything, especially if you are parents, right? But is it the best use of your time and even your money? Instead of saying yes to every event, every get-together, every volunteer activity, or even projects at work, know your worth when it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. Automate as much as you can when it comes to setting up your bills. Sometimes we need to put it on auto pay, right? Your paycheck sometimes it's a good idea to put it in direct deposit. Sometimes the money gets there earlier than everybody else's. And even the savings should be on an automatic transfer, right? So technology allows us to automate a large part of our lives. So take advantage and gain back the time that you spent doing these tasks, right? Hire out. Even though it costs a little bit more money to get help, sometimes it is worth it. Hiring a babysitter so you can sneak out and do some errands. For example, it's a good use of your time and your money. If you bring the kids with you, you're more than likely going to spend more money, and the errands will more likely take more of your time, because we know that time is money, right? And we want to make the best of our time so we can get the most of our money. Yep. So plan your time. Have you ever felt like you were running around like a chicken with his head cut off? Hey, Anthony. Hi, Carol. So it's maddening, right? Instead, take time to plan your time. It seems funny, right? But when you maximize your time, you get the best value from it rather than wasting time trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. And if you like me and you're over 50, then sometimes we forget some things, right? We can manage our money is impossible if you don't budget. You have to budget, whether it's a formal budget, right? Using one of the many valuable budgeting apps, Or you could just use the regular pen and paper. It doesn't matter. Set up a plan to use your money wisely and track how you're doing as you go. And suppose you get off track. Back up and figure out how you can make it better. Right? Don't get frustrated. Just back up, take a look at the situation, and see how you can get better. And watch your spending. I got to watch my spending too. I made a boo-boo the other day where I wrote a check and put it in the wrong account. And it bounced all over the place. So a lot of times we need to be more mindful what we're doing when it comes to money, because the banks don't care about taking your money. 35 times 13 is what happened to me. It won't happen again. So the next time you find yourself making an impulse purchase, think about how much time it would take to pay for that purchase, right? Remember, if the purchase is $100 and you make $10 an hour, you work 10 hours for that one purchase. And what if it's an outfit you only gonna wear one time? And it depreciates as soon as you get it out the store. Think about how much time to pay for that purchase. Then think about the purchase in terms of hours of work. Is it still worth it? You'll save both time and money when you stop making impulse purchases. And I'm getting so much better at it. And delegate the family and coworkers. Ooh, sometimes as parents, we tend to do more things because maybe they're moving too slow, right? Don't try to be a hero and do everything. I remember a time where I used to take the trash out. I used to cut the hedges outside because I would ask my husband to cut the hedges and he took too long. I was doing everything in the house and I had a male house at the time. Do you know what I started doing? I started acting like I was so weak. I can't do that. I can't even pick that up, because if you act like you are a superwoman, they will do it for you. And then I found out he was picking stuff up for other people, doing stuff for other people. No, I'm a weak woman. But you can still be strong. Delegate it. Don't try to be a hero and do everything yourself. Delegate to your family and even your coworkers. When you delegate, you take the pressure off and give yourself more time. There's that time again, to achieve your goals. Okay? Time versus money. Which should you focus on? It's easy to think about focusing on time or money, right? But most people forget to focus on both. You can't pick one. You got to focus on both. Time and money operate together, and they are both equally as important. Thank you for spending a little time with me. If you are on the live, go ahead and put #live and tell me where you're coming from. I know I see some people from New York on there, from Georgia, Virginia. Go ahead and put it in. And it's one thing I want to say. The company that I'm working with, MWR Finance, this is the first company that I've ever been a part of that I didn't have to tote products around. And I didn't have to beg people, right? It is a self-improvement program with a compensation plan attached to it, which means they elevate your credit scores, they elevate your investments and your income, they lower your debt, they lower your expenses, and they lower your taxes. You get to put your mask on first And then the best part about it is, as you improve and get better and you tell other people about it, just as if you had a good restaurant that you went to. And I'm still thinking about a good restaurant I went to. And everything was so good. The ambiance was good. The service was good. Everything was good. And I was dying to tell somebody about it. That's the same thing with this company. They will pay you to let people know how good the services were to you. And the best part about it is, and I think it's about 7 or 8 more days left, we have a $99 credit. A $99 credit to get into a business, which is the best franchise I've ever looked at. You know, franchises cost well over $150,000. Then you have to deal with the employees. You have to deal with so much. But for this month, for $129, and if it doesn't do anything for you, within 30 days, you can get your money back. Why wouldn't you try something like that? Not only that, with the pandemic, you have an opportunity to be in your house safe. You don't have to run out and get 2 jobs. 2 jobs are for 2 people. Now, I heard my mentor, the Hardens, say that their dad told them, rest his soul, that 2 jobs were for 2 people. And I thought about it. They're right. You're going out there, you're getting 2 jobs, you're moving away from your loved ones, you're in danger of catching something. Stay home and get that residual income and build on you. Right? Just a moment with Pia. Have an amazing evening and an even better week. Until we meet again, let's get that time and money together. Bye now.